Hello everyone, a very good morning. It's our turn now. Yes, we are Shop on TV. I'm Dave Bradford. A very good morning to you. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for staying up. And stay up for as long as you possibly can because we're keeping you company right the way through until 3 a.m. here on ITV1. Now, what we've got lined up for you is a real boon, a real problem solver. We've had probably changeable weather today, but over the last few days it's been all right, and maybe you've been thinking about going to the garden centre, getting some plants, getting the old garden furniture out, that sort of thing. And then you've been looking at maybe your driveway, you've been looking at your patio, you've been looking at your decking, you've been looking at maybe your garden furniture that's weathered through the winter, and you've been thinking to yourself, oh, this looks a bit tired, this looks a little bit green, it looks a little bit mossy, lots of lichen, lots of algae, that sort of thing. Well, if that's a problem that you know you've got to sort out and you know you've got to address, this show is going to be one for you not to miss. Now, can I please point you towards our website? If you go to our website, which is shopontv.co.uk, if you go there now, you'll see not only, of course, what we've got in the show for you tonight, we'll also be looking at, of course, lots of other products. There's 700,000 products on our website, and 300,000 books, and lots of fragrances and things like that, loads of big name brands. But what we're looking at today and tonight, or this morning, is brand new, never been on Shop on TV before. I have used this product before though, and I can honestly, hand on heart, say it works. We've got the brilliant brand of JCB, renowned for its power, its strength. Well, the product we've got for you today is powerful and strong, but it's going to really tackle those problems. Where you've got green on the fence, maybe you've got moss and algae and that sort of thing, we've got the problem solver for you. Now, we do have different options for you, so there's something hopefully for absolutely everybody. We've got them available as singles, as duos, and lots of different offers, and the website will show you every option we've got for you. I'll tell you what I'm going to do before I do any more. Details on the screen for the double option, the Keep It Clear, and also the paving sealant. Now, the idea behind this product is that the Keep It Clear will attack moss buildup, lichen, algae, that sort of thing. And it's a dilution product as well, so it's a 4-to-1 dilute. We'll talk to Alan, our guest, in a second about that. So that is the Keep It Clear. And then once you've kept it clear, you want to keep it looking that way, and you want to keep it looking as good as possible for longer. The paving sealant and proofer is what you put over after you've actually kept it clear with that product. So these two are, I think, going to be our most popular option tonight because they work together brilliantly. Now, you can see you've got a discounted price if you order it today, £35.99. You use the paving sealant as a neat product. You use the Keep It Clear as a dilution product, and you get 5 litres of each. Now, look at this. Look at this. The before, if that's what you're looking at the moment, and look at the difference it can make. No hard scrubbing or anything like that. The product just works. It really, really does. Let's bring Alan in, our guest, Mr. Ellis.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. You? Good morning, everybody. How are you?
Good to see you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
As I said before, I've used this before myself, and I knew it would work, but I was surprised just how effective it was.
Yeah, and so quickly as well, because the great thing about this, Dave, is the minute that you spray this onto the surface, it is immediately beginning to work.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take time. So a lot of the examples that I'm going to show you here tonight, I actually treated them yesterday.
Right.
So what I did was I treated them yesterday. I did it in the evening time because it was sunny yesterday down in Reigate. So I sprayed them a little when the sun went down because you want it to be in the morning or in the evening, not in the height of the afternoon where it's a bit warmer, because you want this product to sit on the area you've sprayed it, and I'll explain that more to you in a few moments. And then, of course, then it rained, maybe during the night, but it was certainly raining all day. So you'll still see some of these as we go along are a little bit damp still, because they were out in the rain today. But even with that, the rain didn't wash it away, and it still did an incredible job. Now, when you buy the bundle, you do get the spray hose, which is brilliant.
This is great, yeah.
And I tell you why I love this so much, right? I'll show it to you on this front one here, because the way that it works is quite extraordinary, really. Well, it's not extraordinary, but it's really cool, I'm going to say it to you. So you'll see this, and you might wonder, well, how does this get held in here? Well, really, really clever. If you'll notice, there's this little thing just here that you get this little cone, and you pop that in, and that holds it in. It allows you to push that down towards the bottom. Yeah. And then you simply twist the nozzle and you spray. And this will allow you to have it on a spray, kind of a nice spray, or into a stream if you want to get behind, you know, something like the side of the shed or something.
The great thing about this is, as I said to you before, you dilute this down. So 1 litre you mix with 4 litres of water.
Yeah, 1 litre for 1 litre of this. Well, it depends on how bad things are. So let me explain to you. So basically what you have got, you'd really be using this, to be fair, with this one here, with the sealant and proofer, because that's ready to use, but just showing you how it actually works. We just use it into to keep it clear. This one, you would put it into the 5-litre pressure sprayer if you have one, and it is between 15% and 30% of this to 85 or 70% water. Now, the reason that I said it does tell you this on the back is that depending on how bad the area is. Now, what I did is I used a 20% solution. That's 4 parts water, 1 part of this. So 20% on all of the items I'm going to show you, so you will see how good the job actually is and what it does as we go through. But yes, you dilute this, the sealant is ready to go.
Okay, now in that price on your screen, you are going to be getting one of these hose triggers as well included in your purchase. Okay, now obviously if you want to use your PayPal Pay in 3, you can do with this product as well. It's 440995, the item number. So the idea is to solve the problem with the Keep It Clear and keep it solved for longer with the paving sealant and proofer. So that's the one you mix down, you dilute. This is the one that you actually use neat. And the thing is, there's no scrubbing. There's no getting on your hands and knees, getting the brushes out or anything like that. You can use it on all sorts of surfaces. Look, the cladding, the roofing, the gutters, stonework and masonry, fencing and decking, PVC and aluminium windows, patios and paths. I mean, in this country, we are gifted, or not, as the case may be, by a very, very varied climate. We have extreme winters and we have sometimes very extreme summers. So moss and algae and lichen, all that sort of stuff can build up very quickly.
It does, and that caravan, you can use it on the caravan as well.
Oh, great.
You can use it on the rubber surrounds of the windows, etc., etc. In fact, I have quite an old, it's almost 20 years old now, an old little Mercedes SLK. It's worth nothing, but it's just fun. And what I find is the little rubber surrounds around the windows and stuff gets green algae on it. And I use this, I spray it onto it, and it's absolutely perfect. It gets rid of it and keeps it away, helps to keep it away.
So the rule of thumb is, ideally, apply it, the Keep It Clear, on a dry day when there's no rain expected for a few hours.
Yeah, at least 4 hours.
Yeah, and don't apply it in really extreme temperatures of bright sunshine. An overcast day when it's not going to rain for a few hours is absolutely ideal. And look here, that decking is perfect for decking. It's perfect for all sorts of surfaces, isn't it?
You can use it on the furniture as well. In fact, I use it on the patio furniture at home as well, and I've used it on the cushions as well because there's no bleach in this, so you can use it on the cushions. Now, I want to point this out here to you. Now, you can see the job that it's done here, but you will notice on this here that there is some black mold, and that black mold is left behind. If you have black mold, and a lot of it, well, we've got the product for that as well, okay? So we'll talk about that. But if you've got your algae and your lichen and all of those things, you go for the JCB Keep It Clear, and you literally spray it down and you walk away from it. That's all you do.
Right. So that is offer number 1. 440995. Now, they are available as individuals if you just want to go for the Keep It Clear or you just want to go for the paving sealant and proofer. They are available. Usual price should be $43.98, but if you buy the two together, we'll give it to you at a great deal, and also you get that sprayer if you buy the two together as well. 440995. Now, like Alan said, if you've got really stubborn spots, black spots, I mean, that is a real problem to try and get rid of. Obviously, the Keep It Clear is perfect for your moss, algae, lichen, that sort of thing. But if you've got the real problem spots, then that's where this comes in. This is your patio cleaner black spot remover. Now, we have it on the bottom of the screen if you just want it on its own, which is fine. But we've done you a fantastic deal if you buy the two together, because obviously the patio cleaner is going to get rid of that very stubborn black spot problem. And then you want to kind of keep it at bay for a long time. That's where the paving sealant and proofer comes in as well. Talk us through this.
Okay,
Alan.
so we'll see here that the application is going on. That's how you apply it. You want it to be as wet as you can see it just there. This is ready to use formula on this one. So it's suitable for driveways, patios, block pavings, concrete flags, steps, paths and more. I wouldn't be suggesting that this would, look at the difference.
Oh, wow.
Massive. Now that's the difference just there. That's what you can expect. And you can see that that's black mold all over that, and it really is really tough. I wouldn't be expecting you to put this onto timber, etc., because it may be a bit too harsh for that, or on your furniture and stuff like that. It is very harsh. It's very good at its job. What a difference just there.
I know. Absolutely incredible. So this one, I've not tried this one myself, I'll be honest with you. The Keep It Clear I have, I rave about that, but bear in mind, if the Keep It Clear is that fantastic, imagine how fantastic the patio cleaner is going to be with the black spot remover.
Yeah.
I mean, that's even more powerful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's much more powerful. Now, what I'm going to say to you is that the majority of people will not need the heavier one. If you have spots around the place and you've got black mold and growing, do consider getting it. Or if it's really nothing has been cleaned for a long, long time, consider getting that. But the majority of gardens that have a good upkeep, and especially if you're going to do them kind of now and at the end of summertime with the Keep It Clear, I think you're great with that. Now, the reason, in case anyone's wondering, why we've put both of these together and, you know, Keep It Clear and then our paving sealant improver. So basically what happens is, if we can move up a little bit, is that okay? Let's come along here. So I'm going to show you this. So I'm going to take this block just here, for instance, okay? This was done yesterday. I got this from Ellie's Uncle John. I suppose he's my Uncle John too. And it all looked like this just here. Every single bit of it had this growing. Now, I sprayed this part of it clearly just yesterday, and you can see that difference. Now, what happens is, first of all, a lot of people said, don't need that stuff, I pressure wash it. Big mistake, Dave. Big, big mistake.
Why?
Do not pressure wash. I'll tell you why. Because all of this green here, the algae, it spreads with spores.
Right.
And then the spores go, so if you pressure wash this off, it loves moisture. Okay,
Yeah.
it loves damp. You're spraying this off with water. The water is flying all over your garden. There's little sprays of water going everywhere. We've seen that in little droplets. And it's carrying this with it.
So it's spreading it.
It lands somewhere else and it goes, oh, that's brilliant. You've just put me here with some water as well. Lovely. I'll just take hold here and I'll spray.
So you're just pushing the problem somewhere else?
You're pushing the problem into other people's gardens. Maybe you don't care about your neighbours, I don't know. But into other people's gardens all around. So that's why if you notice sometimes that if you are pressure washing, that it starts off in that area and then next season it's on there and it's there and it's there and it's there. And you think, this is a real problem. That's what you're doing. So when we do this, we kill away all of that algae.
Yep.
And even though it will help keep it at bay, what happens is then the next time it rains, the rainwater with any of the algae from next door or that's in the atmosphere comes along, lands here, it can soak into the pores. But if you use the sealant, the paving sealant on this, it creates a waterproof barrier.
A barrier.
Now,
right.
don't think it's not slippery. I promise you, you don't have to worry about that. It's not slippery. It's an invisible barrier, but it helps to keep the water and the algae from soaking back in again and therefore keeping it away.
Okay, so both of these products we're talking about, you apply and you basically leave it to dry and to do its thing.
Now, with the paving, the cleaner, the black spot remover, what you would do is you would use that. It says it all on the back again anyway.
Yeah.
You would use that. You would leave it for a number of hours, and then you rinse it away.
Right.
Now, with both of them, you've got to be careful. Let's give you some of the do's and don'ts, okay? When you use it, any of them, keep the kids and pets away while it's doing its job.
Okay, I was going to ask you that.
Certainly this one for until it's dry. The other one until you've rinsed it away. But remember, the black spot remover is really, really a powerful formulation. It has been formulated to do a specific job.
Okay, so when it's dry, it's okay for the kids, okay for the pets to go out?
Absolutely fine.
Right, okay. You just leave it, what, for a few hours?
Yeah, well, this one you just leave. That's it until it's dry. When it's you spray it out there. Once it's dry, that's fine. The other one, once it's dried in and it's done the job, you rinse it away and then you're happy to leave them go.
Now, my job here is to ask the questions of Alan, but of course, if you've got a question yourself, will it do this? Will it work on this? Will it work on whatever? Send them in. We had loads of questions last night, so we'd love to get loads of questions through today and I can put them to Alan live. We're live with you until 3 o'clock, so only an hour and a half with you today. So get the questions in as quickly as you can. It's studio@shopontv.co.uk, studio@shopontv.co.uk, and then we can answer the questions for you live on the TV tonight. Now, the busiest one at the moment is the black spot remover, that combo with the paving sealant and proofer. And remember, just to remind you of what this will do. Obviously, if it's algae, moss, lichen, that sort of thing, then go for the Keep It Clear. If it's slightly more than that, if more problematic than that, and you've got lots of black spots here, there and everywhere, then this is the one that is extra powerful, okay? So these two together, $35.99, and you do get the trigger with each of the duos, okay? So if you get the Keep It Clear and the paving sealant, you'll get the trigger. If you go for the paving sealant and the patio cleaner, the black spot remover, you'll get your trigger as well. For $35.99, problem solved, whatever your problems may be. But get those emails in. excuse me, studio at ShopOnTV.co.uk. Now, have a little look at this, because we've also got another product in the show. Now, we haven't actually got a sample here in the studio, but we can offer you this as well. Now, we don't have a massive stock of it either. This is Weed Gone. Alan, tell us about this.
Yeah, this is brilliant. Now, really important to tell you this, okay? This is glyphosate free. Now, have a look on the front of this. It says results within 24 hours. And the reason it says results within 24 hours, this is super fast acting. The minute you spray this on, what it does basically is, when you look at any leaf, okay, you can see, or any weed, you can see the vein system in the leaves. Now, what the leaves do, and the reason plants and trees have leaves, is to absorb the sun, transfer it via photosynthesis into energy, sends it back down to the root. The root sends up more shoots, more of the leaves, therefore stronger, bigger all the time. So what this does is, when you spray it onto the leaves, on contact, it starts to destroy the soft cells of the weed.
Right.
And then it kills all of that back, and therefore the weed then is knocked back. But the brilliant thing about this, the Weed Gone is, and I've worked with Weed Gone personally for years, is that it doesn't have glyphosate. Now, glyphosate basically is a nasty, nasty chemical. Please do your own research. I could tell you so many things about it, but I'm not going to go down that road, because I don't want you to think he's just trying to scare us. I'm not, I promise you, but do read about it. It's been linked with loads of stuff. It was a chemical that was made out in the 70s first to kill weeds, and don't get me wrong, it does a great job. But we found it contaminates and does a lot of terrible things. So this is glyphosate free, but here's the brilliant thing about that Weed Gone. If you have bedding or borders or something like that with weeds coming up, and you're going out now and you're going to replant, what you do is you spray all of those weeds back. Tomorrow, 24 hours from the time you spray it, okay, the weeds are dead. But here's the thing, it is 100% biodegradable. There is zero trace of the Weed Gone in the soil. You can replant in that very soil after 24 hours.
That's impressive. Now,
That's clever.
I've got a message here from Lawrence in Essex. Good morning, Lawrence. Thanks for your email. Good morning. He says, would you always use gloves and goggles when using this product? And is it a skin irritant if you get it on your skin at all?
Okay, so the Keep It Clear is, of course, anything can irritate people. This one here, we always say wear gloves for sure. I'm definitely going to say, when you're using the patio cleaner, to certainly wear gloves and to wear your glasses. But it's great practice to use that with them anyway. They are chemicals, they're designed to do a job, so I would certainly say wear some protection.
Always best to err on the side of caution.
Absolutely.
Now, Keep It Clear, there we go. Yeah. And the paving sealant and proofer, that is $35.99 if you want to go for the two of them, and you will get, remember, your you will get your trigger spray applicator as well, with the hose attached to it too. Get more emails coming through, studio at shopontv.co.uk. There's the before and there's the after, okay? Now, if you want to go for just the Keep It Clear on its own, we have got another deal which I think you're going to be quite interested in. Now, in actual fact, just to let you know, if you like the idea of the general purpose pressure sprayer that's here, we have got that available on its own as well. It's $19.99 on its own.
That's great value.
It's a 5 litre.
That is great value.
Really good value for money. Now, if you go for the two together, look at the bundle. $29.99. It's like you're only paying £10 for the Keep It Clear if you buy this bundle together today, and that just makes life so much easier.
Well, I'll tell you a few things about this, and I'm not going to... It's funny, this is a true story. I'm going to tell you what happened. So I had this at home with the 5 litre pressure sprayer in, and I decanted in some of the Keep It Clear, and I sprayed. Okay, and then I left them at the side alley of the house, and must have been somebody came in and helped themselves to it and took them away on me.
Really?
The sprayer and some of the Keep It Clear, yeah. So they're gone. Anyway,
It just proves everybody wants one.
everybody wants one, yeah. There's thieves around my area.
Yeah.
But I have the box. They didn't steal the box. Okay. So I want to just show you this from the box. So if we look here, this is brilliant. Now, first of all, this is a very heavy nylon material that this is made from. Really, really heavy material. Okay. And if you look up here, what we have got is where you put the liquid in. It's not like a normal one where you've got a little kind of opening just here to pour it in, and it sprays everywhere or it pours everywhere. This one here has this big cap on top of it, and this acts as an inbuilt funnel. So you twist the handle, take it out, and pour it into the big funnel to fill it. really easy to use.
And also, it makes it an absolute doddle to do the dilution, to take 1 litre from the actual container of the Keep It Clear, put that in there, and then just fill it up with water.
Because it does have the little markings on it, so you know to do it. Now, by the way, a little tip for you, okay? Put 4 litres of water in first, and then the 1 litre of the Keep It Clear. Reason for that is, if you put the Keep It Clear in first, and like all of us, we're always in a hurry, you'll turn your tap on full blast, and what will happen is, you will just get some foaming, that's all.
Sure. Now, you pump the handle, and that creates the pressure, which of course then delivers the spray. But you can also, with the nozzle, adjust the direction of the spray as well, whether you want a finer spray or whether you want a more of a direct jet. So it's a multi-purpose pressure sprayer, and the two together, it's like you're only paying £10 then for the Keep It Clear. If you buy the two together, £41.98. Forget that price. It's £29.99. 696088 is your item number for the Keep It Clear and the 5 litre sprayer as well. Brilliant price, brilliant deal.
And massively important that you do mix this. Don't think, well, if I use it neat, it's going to be better. No. I will explain that to you. Please remind me in a little while to tell you why you dilute the Keep It Clear. I'll tell you that in a second.
So, 696088, your item number, saving you best part of about £12, £13 off the price if you buy it as a duo today. And remember, the call centre is a UK-based call centre if you want to call us. You can order on the website, of course, as well, which is ShopOnTV.co.uk. And while you're there, take a little look at our hundreds of thousands of products that you can see on that website. That is an impressive before and after. And believe me, I've used this before, it works. It's not a gimmick, it really does work. And on multiple surfaces. We've even got, we'll show you a bit later on, garden chairs as well. Everything's proving popular. It's the right time of the year. It's perfect timing for this.
It is, because what we have now is we're getting warm weather and it's raining as well, and that's perfect for algae and moss and mildew. They love it. They love that warm temperature. They hate the cold, the warm temperature and the moistness. So it's perfect time for these to get really, really strong right now.
Bearing in mind, we've only just shown you this offer with the actual sprayer as well. That is flying at the moment at £29.99. I mean, if it solves that problem of the moss, the lichen, the algae that you've got on your driveway, on your patio, on your decking, on your furniture, all sorts. Even if it's on the white UPVC double glazing and that sort of thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, question coming through from Barbara. Can I use it on my caravan?
Absolutely 100%. And the reason it's so good on a caravan as well is that because you use your caravan on a couple of months of the year, you have it stored away somewhere and the rain and everything's sitting there. You often go by people's houses with caravans and you see all that green on top of it and there's little kind of like little worm marks on them as well. Real nasty thing. Yes, I'll absolutely use this on the caravan, and I would certainly say use the sealant as well on top of that.
Now, John is asking, what's the best weather conditions to apply this?
Okay, so basically, let's get into why you have to dilute this. So if you saw earlier on, what you want to do is in the picture, you want to really wet the area. So you want to have a little bit of standing water. You don't want it to be, deep. Just wet it until you can see that there's, a little, a centimetre or a couple of millimetres of water sitting on there. And then what happens is then it soaks in, so it gives it time to sit there, and the water acts as a carrier for the active ingredients in here to help it soak through the pores in the surface that you've sprayed it onto.
Sure.
And as it soaks through, the water will then evaporate, leaving behind those active ingredients to kill that moss, mold, mildew and algae. And that's why you must dilute it. The water is not there to make this less strong. It's there to help it in, and then it disappears and leaves it to work.
Okay, question from me. How big a surface area is this going to treat? How much can I do with this?
Okay, right. It totally depends, because if you've got... Right, I tell you what, can I answer that to you in a second when we get down there?
Okay.
So I'm really keen to show you some results, if I may, and I'll answer the questions. Have a look just here, first of all. Now, this came from John Brown. Thank you, John. Thank you very much indeed. Uncle John, he gave me this from his garden, and if you can see clearly where I've sprayed and where I haven't. Can you see that clear line just there? And you can see the difference of where I have...
So your pots as well. I mean, they discolour, they get moss and algae on them.
Of course they do, because what are you doing? You're constantly watering. There's water flowing down. They're constantly moist from the inside. Soaking. This is perfect. But you can see that line just there from one single application.
Is the bottom of your fence all green? Is the bottom of your garden shed all green?
Yeah. your garage door where the water splashes up.
Yeah.
Anything, any hard surface you can use this on outside. Plastics, you can use it on glass or your greenhouse. Now have a look at this again. This is just, and all I've done is I've done one single application on all of these, and again you can see, look at the difference here and here. Now I'm going to say to you on this one here, I would probably suggest if you have this kind of stuff, you would then use the paving cleaner, the heavier duty one here. That would bring that up like brand new. Well, but you can still see the difference with the Keep It Clear.
Well, like we said before, that one with the to remove the black spots is absolutely flying out the door. I think that's a problem for quite a few people. So if that's the problem that you want solved, we've got that as an option. You can buy all these products individually, of course, but we have got a very, very, very special offer on the duos, which is saving you the most money. And of course, you're going to have that sealant as well if you go for the duos, which is going to help to keep your whatever surface you're putting it on cleaner and clearer for longer, okay? But this is now proving very, very popular together with the 5-litre sprayer. And of course, you can use that for all sorts of things, not just this product, but it's the perfect way of diluting it properly as well. You might want to go for multiple ones of these, possibly.
I think it's a great idea, and then you get more of the Keep It Clear as well. Just look at this here again. Look at, I was overzealous spraying it on here, but I've left a little bit down the bottom. Again, with the algae on there, you can see clearly. And this is really the most common problem in houses, and this is perfect. So whether this is like a little, whether it's your driveway, whether it's just a little feature wall, a little border wall or something that you're using these for, you know, whether it's your back garden, little kind of patio area, again, it will work on it.
Could I ask you about the sprayer for a second? Bearing in mind we have this available as an individual item as well for $19.99. Could you put things like the sprays for fences and that sort of thing in there?
Yes, you can. You can. And if they're the thinner ones, the fence treatment, yes, you can.
Right.
But of course, be mindful. Again, this is what you said, by a couple of them, especially at this value, because you don't want, especially if you're going to feed plants, because people use them to feed their tomato plants. Don't use this, and yeah, you know. But and if you're going to do it, rinse it out really well.
Okay.
But yeah, you can put other things in it.
Okay. So $19.99. $19.99. Now, we're going to pause in a second or so because our Scottish viewers are going to be joining us from STV as well. Oh, they have already joined us.
Hey.
Hello. So we were so engrossed with this, we missed that. I tell you what, this tells you more about Shop on TV. Hello STV, you're with us as well, so we're across the United Kingdom. Sorry we missed you. You're here, we're live until 3 o'clock, and we're talking about probably problems that you've got on your driveway, on your garden furniture, on your white UPVC, on your fascias, on your guttering. If you've got moss and algae and green stuff all over the place, which this time of the year you're wanting to get rid of, you're getting the garden looking nice, you're thinking of planning barbecues, having friends round, relatives round, the garden hasn't really been used all through the winter.
Yeah, and that's it, and we're now stepping out into our gardens and we're trying to make them pretty. Now, some people might say, well, I'm not quite planting just yet. I am thinking about it. So I'm going to be doing that in the coming weeks. Well, this genuinely is a brilliant time to go out and use your Keep It Clean, or of course your black spot remover, your paving cleaner as well, because what you go out and do all of those hard surfaces. So let's just say, if you're talking about the Keep It Clean, so whether it's the kids' furniture, whether it's a Wendy house, or whether it's something like that, whether it's a tree house, or whether it's your shed, whether it's your pavings, whether it is your garage door, whether it's the fence posts, which are usually concrete around your garden, or if they are concrete or wood, it doesn't matter. Spray it on it now, and they will be beautiful within a couple of days. So when you do go out to garden, the big job is done.
Now we're very well aware, obviously we've got lots of new viewers that have just joined us from STV. So let's just recap about the whole concept that we're talking about here today. We're bringing you for the very first time on Shop on TV, JCB. Now that's a name synonymous with power, with strength, and that is perfect, a perfect combo with the products we've got here today. Because, you know, if you're thinking, okay, how am I going to get rid of all this moss, algae, lichen? What can I do about it? How can I do it in a friendly way, in a very easy way? And of cost-effective way, then the JCB range that we have here at Shop on TV is the way to go. Now, we have it available as single bottles, 5-litre bottles of the different products, but we'll go through again for you in a second because we've got at least 3-4 different products in the show. We'll show you on the website. If you want to have a little look at shopontv.co.uk, that's our website. So there's the latest show's products. Click on that and you'll see us, and then you'll see this, which shows you the individuals, it shows you the combos. Let's quickly remind you of the combos if we can, and what you get with the combos so that everyone is up to speed. Now, what we've got here, this is your Keep It Clear and it is your paving sealant. So the idea and the concept behind this is the Keep It Clear will get rid of, without any effort on your part at all, it will get rid of moss, algae, lichen. And it just spray it on an overcast day, not too much sunlight and certainly not raining. Apply it to your driveway, all those surfaces, and just let it do its work. And you will notice what, within hours or days?
Yeah, you will start seeing it within a couple of hours, certainly the next morning. And that you've partially answered the question that we were asked as well on email. When is the best time to use this? Well, because you're putting this on, and I was explaining about it needs to sit there for longer with the water mixed through it to allow it to soak through. If you do it in the height of the afternoon when the sun is at its brightest and strongest, the water is going to evaporate quicker, so it's not going to be as effective. So the best time to apply this is in the morning when it's a bit cooler, or when the sun goes down. So kind of, you know, early evening now, spray it, because then it's not going to evaporate as quickly and it's going to work better. And don't do it if you're expecting rain within 4 hours. It needs at least 4 hours to sit there and to soak through properly.
And once it's dried, it's fine for pets then to go out and children to go out too, but obviously keep them away from it until it has dried, okay? And then you're also going to get, by buying this duo today, you're going to get the paving sealant and proofer. Now, what that does, it helps to prolong the good look of your driveway or whatever surface you've put it on for longer. So it kind of seals in what the Keep It Clear has done. Yeah,
exactly. And what it does is it creates this coating, a waterproof coating on the area. Now, whether it's decking or whether it's any brickwork or whether it's plastics, whether it's glass. But the thing about it is it doesn't leave a slippery surface. So please don't think, oh, if I put that down, is it going to be slippery? It's not. Everything is still going to work the same and be the same.
And just to remind you, the Keep It Clear is a dilution product, okay? So you put 1 litre of Keep It Clear to 4 litres of water as an average.
Yeah, as an average, between 15% and kind of 30%, depending on how bad the area is. And I'm going to show you some worse areas as we go along here on our counter.
Okay. Now, we're going to answer as many emails as we can. Now, this is Lana. Hello, Lana. She says, good morning. How long do the products last once you use them? E.g., once you use the Keep It Clear on your driveway, how long would it be before you start to see green mildew come back?
Okay, so basically what we say is if you apply this twice a year, so we would certainly say apply it now and then apply it at the end of summertime, so just going into autumn before the leaves fall again. But if you want an even longer job and an even better protection, certainly do use the paving sealant and proofer on that. If you use both of those now and again, as I said, just before autumn time, you won't see it come back.
And remember, if you do buy the duo, if you buy any of the duos that we've got on the show, you'll also get that extra long hose with the spray trigger on the end as well. And also, if you want to use your PayPal account and PayPal Pay in 3, you can spread the cost of this if you want to. That would be $14.31 times 3. Maybe you want to put an extra of those fantastic pressure sprayers, possibly, because they're multi-purpose. You can use them for all sorts of things. And they're only $19.99, including painting your shed, which is something that I did literally last week, and it took me 4 coats, and I was doing it with a brush, and it was back-breaking work. If I'd had that, it would have saved me an awful lot of hassle.
But it's only those really thin ones, you know, the ones we're talking about, the fence preservers and stuff like that.
Okay.
Can I? Oh, sorry. My apologies.
That's all right. Now, the other duo we've got, again, that will come with the hose and the trigger spray as well. This is for more problematic areas, like black spots. Black spots are really, really, really tough to get rid of. They really, really are. And that's where this comes in. So this is your patio cleaner black spot remover, and you use this neat, don't you?
Yes. Yeah. Can I make, I'm sorry, I'm going to kind of, you're talking about your buns. Can I make a real suggestion to folks at home? I think this is what you should do if you're sitting and thinking, well, I have got a bit of everything in the house or in the garden, a bit of, you know, black mold, and I've got algae and stuff. Well, buy this, because this you dilute this. We'll call it 4 parts to 1, about 20% of this. So, and you've got your sealant. I would say to you, buy that, and just buy one of those. The patio cleaner. So buy that separately, and then what you have is you have this to do all of the algae, mold, and mildew, and then what you do is you go around the really tough areas on your paving slabs and you know, the concrete areas, and just dot this on. Then after you've used it to keep it clear for a few days, then go and use this on the spots you need it, and then seal it.
Okay, so you don't necessarily treat the whole area with the patio cleaner. It's a spot treatment. Yeah.
Well, you can use it because sometimes you will get the paving slabs that are really bad. Like these ones here are terrible. Yeah. All of those are black. But if you have quite a decent garden and you have more and the majority of moss and mildew and algae, well, certainly to keep it clear, you might say, well, I've got a few little areas that have black mold on them, you know, the tougher stuff. So I don't need, I could do and use both of them in conjunction.
I mean, maybe you're moving into a new house or an old house, but it's new to you. Maybe you're going to get a nice surprise and find out that actually the paving is multicoloured. You didn't realise it. It just looked grey and black and horrible. Maybe you're trying to sell your house and you want to get that curb appeal back again. Yeah,
very important when you walk up somewhere and you see how great it is. We use this, I've been using this for the last little while around the house, and my friend came up and said, wow, you know, the front of your house is really well presented, and it's because we just look after things like that. But really great products. You would expect it from JCB.
You would.
And I'm really excited to show you results in a moment.
Okay, now that one on its own is on the screen now. If you just want that, that's fine. $21.99, that's $597,888. If you want to do what Alan suggested, going for the Keep It Clear and the Paving Sealant duo, and then the patio cleaner as an extra, you can do that. You can mix and match exactly what you need. You know, it's lovely here at Shop on TV to be able to give you the options, because we don't know what your issues are, but we've got the problems to solve them, whatever they may be. And whether you want one, the duos, or whatever you want to do, absolutely fine. So, on the screen now, we've got the Keep It Clear and the Paving Sealant, so that's that one and that one, with, of course, the trigger spray included because you're buying the duo. That's $43.98 should be, but it's down in price, and also it's on PayPal Pay in 3, which makes it only $14.31 over the 3 payments, or one payment of $35.99. And I know our Scottish viewers haven't seen the next product we're about to show you, but I know all of you in the UK did, or in England and Wales did. Have a little look. Here we go. This is the Weed Gone. So if weeds are your issue, this is the way to go. Yeah. And we haven't got it in the studio, but we have got it in stock if you would like it. And 20% of the stock of this, the Weed Gone, has gone.
Has gone? Yeah. This is brilliant. I'll tell you why this is such a brilliant weed destroyer. Weed Gone, if you look, it's called a company called EnviroWorks. Now, EnviroWorks means environmental, and it works, okay? So here's some befores and afters. So what's happening here? Let's stick on this for a second, okay? Now this is going to be like that within 24 hours. Okay. Because this is fast acting. It's so fast acting that the minute you spray it onto the leaves or the foliage of any weed, it immediately starts to attack the soft tissue, breaking it down and making the weed unable then to use its leaves to collect sunlight and then to photosynthesize, make more energy, and then for the roots to distribute the energy around the weed because you have killed it, and it dries it out like that. That there will be within 24 hours.
Now, you've got 1 litre will cover approximately 10 square metres, but you've got 5 litres in there, so up to 50 square metres of treatment is what you've got there for $21.99. And doesn't that just look effective? That's what you want. You don't want the before, you want to see the after. Yeah. Bye-bye weeds. And again, in between like crazy paving and that sort of thing. Yeah,
impossible to get into sometimes. People get in there with knives and stuff and try and pick all of that out, but you're leaving roots behind, and that's the problem. So you really need to get in there, and you need to spray this on and kill the whole thing, you know, knock it right back and render it useless. The reason that this is so great as well is that, and I'm talking about 24 hours getting the results, because after 24 hours you can replant in the same area that you have sprayed. So if you spray this all over beds and borders and things like that where you want to replant, it is completely biodegradable, and 24 hours after there is zero trace. You could almost get a scientist to come in and go, test it, and he would find no trace of weed gone. It really is a powerful formula.
Well, I think we kind of hit the nail on the head for everybody tonight, because every single option in the show is now kind of as popular as each other. So we had one in the lead earlier on that was the patio cleaner, but now kind of everything is evenly popular. Now you've seen everything. You know what problems you've got, what problems you want to target, what you want to see the back of. We've got the solution, we've got the problem solvers here in the studio for you, and we'll deliver it directly to your door. You could be doing this by probably the weekend. Okay, now question. Now, Jack has asked, is it safe for animals? We've already touched on that.
Yes, we have. But let's do that again, because probably in STV or just joined us.
Yep.
So basically, Jack, what I would we say to you is that when you use the Keep It Clear, you spray that out there, you let it soak. Once it's dry, 100% let the animals and the kids back out to play on it if you want. With the patio cleaner, it's a much heavier formula. What you do with that one is you spray it down, you let it do its work, and then you power hose that off. And until you power hose it, just keep the pets away, but you leave it for a few hours. It says on the back 3 to 4 hours.
Now, the Keep It Clear, as I said to you before, I've used myself. I used it a couple of years ago in the former house that I was in, because basically the driveway was like an ice rink with all the moss and the algae. It was really, really slippery, very, very dangerous. But the image I remember from that driveway is that slab just here.
Well,
this one.
Let's show you that now then, and I'll come back along. Now, this was sprayed, I promise you, yesterday.
Right.
Yesterday afternoon. Well, Dave, you know what I mean. Yeah, not...
The day before yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know what I can do, because it's like 2 o'clock now, and yeah. But anyway, it's been on there about 36 hours.
Okay.
So have a look at the difference. Now, here's the thing. It won't just disappear the moss just here, as you can see. But clearly we can see healthy green moss, dead moss.
Yes.
So once you get that dead moss, you just simply sweep that away, and that's all you do. And the thing about it is, if we can get up, I don't know if we can get close to, if I tilt that down there, you can see the little sprouts just here. And what they're doing is they will come out and then they will pop away that seed, and you can see them all sticking up from there, and pop that seed away and it will spread. If you brush that away like that, look what I'm doing. I'm spreading all of the spores, and the spores are going elsewhere. They're going to take hold and they're going to grow elsewhere.
Honestly, there's nothing more satisfying than seeing a result like that, literally only a few hours probably, or a day after you actually applied it. And when I remember using a very similar product to the sprayer we've got in the show today, and you could actually see the kind of reaction with the moss and the algae when it made contact with it. It kind of fizzed a little bit.
Yeah, it does exactly do that, yeah. But I just want you to know the different areas you can spray. And obviously that's a paving slab. We have some brick just here.
Yep.
We have wood as well, so timber around the place. Again, look, I just sprayed it. I sprayed it on a bit more, but you can see where I chopped this off today, just so I could bring in a little piece in rather than bringing the whole of the trellis in. I couldn't fit it into the car. But have a look at the top part here where I've actually used that, and you can clearly see, again, that all happened within a day. You can clearly see the green, and it stops there. Same over there, and the same here. The difference is incredible.
Now, DIY stores all over the country, you're probably seeing loads of displays of fence treatments and shed treatments. They're selling like Billy-O at the moment. But if you've got a fence or you've got a shed that's got green panels at the bottom or green slats at the bottom, and then you paint over the top of it, get rid of it first, then do the painting.
Yeah, and the thing is, a lot of people will go out as well and say, oh, I get a wire brush and I do that. But then I find I have to do it again next year because the moss has come through with the algae. So what you do is, if you try to clear that off with a brush or give it a rinse down, what happens is the spores are left in the pores, and then you're painting over it and it just grows out through the paint again.
Yeah.
So get rid of it with something like the JCB, or with JCB Keep It Clear, let it kill it, and then put your treatment on.
And all you've got to do is basically spray it on the fence, spray it on the garden shed, and it will really, really work. But it's all sorts of surfaces. You've got here, I mean, that could be a patio, it could be maybe a parasol base or something like that. So look around your garden, look around what you have in your home, front garden, back garden, all these surfaces, including caravans. We were asked about that earlier on, because if they get left static, they can kind of get green on them and all that sort of thing. Even boats as well.
Yeah, boats as well, which get a lot. Now, you see canvas awnings and sunshades. So canvas awnings and sunshades, well, as it suggests, are made from canvas. So because in the JCB Keep It Clear, there are no bleaches. So it's not going to, if you have a nice kind of, you know, the canvas awning and you have a nice design on it, or it's a certain colour, you're not going to bleach it with this.
Sure.
But again, what we always do is just test it on a tiny bit. we always just say that. You have to kind of say that to be safe. But there's no bleaches in here to destroy that.
And the biggest thing from my point of view is the ease of use. You're not there scrubbing. Obviously, with the Keep It Clear, there's that element of having to sweep away the moss that's been killed and that sort of thing. But that's a joy, because it just disappears. You just sweep it into the gutter or whatever, or put it in the bin or whatever you want to do with it. But you just spray it and let it do its work. The only thing you've got to remember is not on a bright, hot, sunshiny day. Maybe a slightly cloudy sky would be good, and not if there's going to be rain showers or anything like that within about 3 or 4 hours. But apart from that...
Yeah, morning or evening, when before the sun comes up and starts heating up, or in the evening time, and you will get evenings where, days where it's 20-something degrees, which is lovely. But yeah, just do it in the evening time, just so it allows it to sit there and settle and just and soak through.
And also, if you've got, like, white plastic furniture, I mean, we've got a chair that we'll show you in a minute, which I must admit I didn't realise you could... Let's do it now, actually, because I didn't realise you could use the Keep It Clear on garden furniture and chairs and the mesh. OK, this is the Keep It Clear that will do that job for you. There we go, before and after. But, yeah, this chair is absolutely covered on one side with green algae. It's been left out all year round. Maybe you've got the barbecue that's been out all year round, and that's covered with green algae as well. But look at the difference. Look at the difference between the before and the after as well.
Now, we can see here that this again came... I mentioned John Brown earlier on. Again, Uncle John, I went to his garden and I kind of started taking loads of stuff. And I've seen this, and I was particularly interested in this. Now, you can see how it's not really been looked after particularly, but you can see how bad it is this side. And look at this side here. Now, what we have got is just some marks on it. You can see, but this is a really old chair. Now, let me turn that a little bit more like that so you can see. Let me get out of the way and you can see it. But you can see the difference in that clearly, and even on the back part of it just here where I've sprayed this part, you can see that difference as well. Just bringing it back up. Now the problem is if you're sitting on this seed and it's got moss and algae and stuff, well, you're sitting on that. You don't particularly want to be sitting on that, do you?
Probably transfer onto your linen trousers or something like that. And also, as it's mesh, you'd think that it would absolutely just go through the mesh and not be effective, but it is effective.
It is very much effective. And if you're doing this is a little thing, if you're going to be spraying it on mesh, put this on an area that needs to be treated as well. So as you're spraying it, it goes through, it lands on another area that you can treat as well for you. So it's great. But garden ornaments. So if we can, so let's have a think about where we can use it. So you can use it on UPVC. You can use it on your garage door. You can use it on all brickwork. You can use it on all paving slabs. You can use it on plastics. You can use it on glass. You can, there you go, literally everywhere around that house. Now listen to this. You might think gutters. Of course, the part of the gutter that you can see will have algae growing on it, but in the guttering as well. So if you see the part just the part of the roof just over the garage, if you're spraying that, you would spray from the very back first and let it run down. And then people have often said to me, well, when it runs down, surely that's a waste that's going into the gutter. Well, actually, this is formulated in such a way that, you know, that sludge that you get building up in your gutters, this actually helps to break that down and allow it to flush through your drains. So it really is has been thought about and formulated beautifully.
I mean, maybe you've got a build-up of moss maybe on your roof tiles and that sort of thing. Obviously, be careful if ladders are involved in that sort of thing, but it's perfect for all sorts of surfaces. Think about what's been out all year round. Maybe you've got bird baths in the back garden or something like that. Maybe it's a stone masonry bird bath. Wherever you've got moss, algae, lichen, this is going to be a problem solver for you. And remember, we've got every option available. We've got the singles, we've got the duos, and we'll remind you of the offers we've got for you very, very soon. But if you want to go for this one, this is the Keep It Clear and the paving sealant. Whatever you do, don't miss out on this one. And it comes with the trigger as well. Now, the Keep It Clear with the sprayer is in the lead. That's our most popular item, OK? Now, lots of you are going for the sprayers on their own. Now, the sprayer on its own is £19.99. So if you took the £19.99 off the price that we're charging you for both of these, it's like you're only paying £10 for the actual Keep It Clear itself. So this is the one that you dilute basically 4 to 1. 1 litre of Keep It Clear to 4 litres of water. Pop it in there because it's a 5-litre container that this will hold. That's the perfect dilution. And then you don't even have to bend down. You basically select the spray that you want, whether it's a really directional spray or more of a fan, and then just spray it down, let it dry, a few hours, and then it's dry. Absolutely perfect. Now, the weed gun, if that's what you really want to invest in today, we've got the details of that for you as well. So the weed gun's coming up any second now, but if you want the sprayer, there it is, or there it was. So here's the Weed Gone. So the Weed Gone is 5 litres with the long hose trigger as well. That's covering up to 50 square metres, and it's £21.99. Look at the before and look at the after. 424,172. Now, 40% of the available stock this morning has gone. Now, Jack has also asked if this is safe for pets. Well, same with all the products here. Once dry, yes, not a problem. Once it's dried, it's not a problem. OK. So the deals we've got for you tonight. If you've got any questions, by the way, everybody's scenarios are different. If you've got any queries, all you've got to do is send a message, studio@shopontv.co.uk. That's our email address, and Alan can answer any questions. Now, the first bundle will come with the trigger hose. It's the Keep It Clear and it's the paving sealant. So this is basically the problem solver, and that is the icing on the cake to keep it looking better for longer, isn't it?
Yeah, it just seals and proofs the stonework and all of the areas that you want to keep that moss and algae away from for longer, because it literally does, it gives it a waterproof finish. Now, it's not slippery, you don't have a sheen or a shine, it just creates this barrier, basically an invisible barrier, so the rain doesn't soak in again, or if next door neighbours moss or mildew blew into your garden, spores of that, it would prevent that as well.
So when would you apply the sealant then? Would you leave that to dry for like 3 or 4 hours, then do it straight away?
Yeah, well, I would kind of leave it the next day, really, as a rule of thumb. So I would give that a good 24 hours to work.
Yep.
Now, you will see the difference in this once you spray it a couple of hours later. You will start to see the change in it. But basically what you want to do is leave it 24 hours. You could leave it 48 hours if you wanted to, just till you're happy and you go, okay, well, even if you did it this weekend and then went out next weekend to do the sealing of it, it's fine, but certainly leave it till at least the next day.
Okay, well, the deal that we got for you on this is really, really good. Down to $35.99, and remember, each duo that you purchase, you will get the hose and the trigger as well. 440,995. Now, Anthony has asked whether the paving sealant will work on his walls to protect against water.
Technically, yes, it should. I actually don't know the answer to that, but technically, of course, it should, because it's giving a waterproof thing. So let me just have a little look here as well. So yeah, there you go. We've got a picture of it on the wall. So that tells you all about it then. So there you go. We know more in the pictures than I do. So I'm just looking, protect surface from weather damage. Yeah, so just sunlight and rain and adverse weather conditions.
Yeah, so yes,
yeah, you can. Yeah.
The answer is yes. So who asked that question? Anthony, yes is the answer. And if you just want that on its own, feel free. You can order it on its own on our website as well. But if you want the duo with the trigger, then that is £35.99. Now, the other duo we've got for you, again, these are available as singles too if you want to on our website, is the Patio Cleaner Black Spot. Now, that is the ultimate. That's the super strength, because black spots are a nightmare to get rid of, aren't they?
Yeah, they are the devil's own job to get rid of. They really are. And people who are, have these beautiful ornate gardens, they will know how difficult it is to get rid of the black spots. And I promise you this formulation is incredible. It really, and I know you say, oh, you're saying incredible and all these big words, but it genuinely is. It's a great formulation. I have used it myself at home, and I did have a lovely slab that was full of black mold, and I sprayed half of it, and we went out ourselves. I sprayed it with this about, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago, and then my wife saw it and she went, oh, I'll spray the rest of that to make it the same, not knowing it was for to show on screen.
Oh, before and after.
Before and after, like half and half.
Right.
And it is brilliant. It brought it up like new. And the thing is, a lot of the time people will say, well, I need to get rid of these paving slabs because they're just disgusting and nothing gets rid of them. Even if you pressure wash something like that, it doesn't come up right. But look at how bad that is. Yeah. And look how good it's done that. But if you use this, even if you want to do paving area, and you think, I can't afford these brand new paving slabs, see if you can find them on your local, marketplace and go and buy them cheap.
A lot of people give them away free.
Give them away.
Yeah.
And go get them. Use them. Use the patio cleaner and black spot remover. Use it and leave it there for a couple of days to work. Rinse them down. Put them out in your garden. It'll be like new, and you'll save yourself a fortune.
We have been itching to get this range in as soon as possible. It's launched tonight, this morning, here on Shop on TV. It's the perfect timing for it. We're all thinking about getting our gardens ready for a nice hopefully sunny weekend or sunny spring, sunny summer, this is the way that it's going to really do that job for you with so minimal effort. All you have to do is use your trigger and let the product do the work for you. And all you've got to do is select a day, morning or early afternoon or whatever, where there's maybe a little bit of cloud cover. It's not too scorching hot sunshine, and it's not going to rain within the next 3 or 4 hours. That's the only rule, and it will do the job for you. And I can speak from my own personal experience with the Keep It Clear. I've used that, and it works. It really, really does. If that works, everything else is going to work, believe me. So this one is the black spot remover and the paving sealants. You get 5 litres of each. You don't dilute the black spot remover. You just use that neat. And again, because you're buying the duo, you're going to get your trigger and you're going to get your extra long hose as well that just basically fits in the top of the bottle. It couldn't be any simpler.
No, and you've got that little funnel shape as well to push down into, if you look at this here, because when you get this first, you might wonder, well, wow, what's this all about? Well, I'll show you quickly because it's only fair. You're going to get this home, and it is a little bit different than you're used to seeing. So when you open your paving sealant, you will have that little thing that I didn't. Yep, there we go. So pop this in, and then what you do is get in as deep as you need, and then simply put that in and push it down. And because it's got those little steps on it, it holds it in place. When you need to take it out again, just give it a pop and you'll feel it sort of pop out. But that holds it in position for you. So very simple to use.
Perfect. Okay, now our call centre, by the way, is in the UK, 03333 241 241, if you like to call them. 24 hours a day, the call centre's there. If you want to check out, please do take this opportunity to check your baskets out. We will rush the delivery to your door. And if you're looking out, or maybe not now because it's the middle of the night, but if you're looking out in the morning to quite a sad driveway, to quite a sad patio, quite sad garden furniture that looks a little bit kind of old and tired. You only bought it last year, but yeah, it's outdoors in a British winter. It's going to get weathered. It's going to look tired with all that moss and that algae. This is going to be the problem solver for you. And we even showed it to you on that garden chair a few minutes ago. So it's not just brickwork and paving slabs and driveways. It's also things like your garage door. It's also your UPVC, any surface that attracts green algae. This is going to do the job for you brilliantly well. We're Shop on TV. We're live with you through 3 o'clock. OK, tell you what. All you've got to do is pick up the phone or indeed go to our website. Now, the weed killer, half the stock of that has gone, OK? Half the stock of the weed killer has gone. If you want it, please be quick. I don't know what sort of weed killer you normally buy, but this is going to be a fantastic one. It's $21.99 if you want to buy that, 424172. Of course, you can go to our website, you can watch us on TV, and of course, on Freeview now too.
Shop on TV also broadcasts every day from midnight to 6 p.m. on Freeview Channel 89, with an even wider range of must-have products at market-beating prices. So, check your electronic programme guide for the latest show schedule and tune in daily to grab the offers while they're still available. There's more to see with Shop on TV. There are 3 convenient ways to place your order with Shop on TV. Just scan the QR code with your smartphone's camera app to view the current on-screen item. Or go directly to our website, shopontv.co.uk, where you'll find all the products in today's show. Simply add the items you want to buy to your online shopping basket and check out. Prefer ordering by phone? Give our UK-based customer service centre a call on 03333 241 241. Friendly representatives are available to assist you 24 hours a day. Straightforward shopping with Shop on TV. At Shop on TV, our goal is to provide you with the best shopping experience possible. Our team of shopping experts is dedicated to sourcing the latest, greatest and most desirable products at the lowest prices available, delivering them to you quickly and conveniently and ensuring your complete satisfaction. We're passionate about maintaining the highest standards of quality and service every step of the way from design to dispatch. You'll find us on ITV1 and STV from midnight to 3 a.m, Freeview Channel 89 from midnight to 6 p.m, and on YouTube at ShopOnTV Live. Our daily broadcasts are your TV window into the global marketplace, presenting you with a collection of carefully curated must-have items, demonstrated by our on-air team with honesty, integrity and trust. Plus, there's even more in our online store at shopontv.co.uk. So when it's time to shop, shop on TV. After you've ordered from Shop on TV, we aim to deliver your purchases as quickly as possible. Postage and packing charges cover standard UK delivery, which is normally 3 to 5 working days, though depending on the carrier, you could receive your products sooner. Certain items may be offered with expedited delivery for a nominal extra charge. We'll give you a delivery estimate every time you place an order. Not going to be home or prefer to have your packages arrive at a different address? No problem. Just enter the destination information when you check out. Once you pay, it's on the way from Shop on TV.
Welcome back, everybody. We're in the middle of a fantastically exciting presentation of problem-solving products that are brand new to us on Shop on TV today as well, from the brilliant brand of JCB. We're talking about moss, algae, mildew, lichen, that sort of thing, getting rid of it from not only your driveway or your paving slabs, but also garden furniture, also garden ornaments, also UPVC fascias, that sort of thing.
Absolutely everything. Any hard surface outside, timber, you know, you can use it on literally everything.
Fence
Concrete,
panels, garden shed,
roofing, cladding, everywhere around your house. Your metal gates, your it doesn't even say on your garage door, but you can use it on the UPVC as well. It is an incredible product.
Okay, now I've got a question from Martin. Hello, Martin.
Hello,
Not sure where you are, but thank you for messaging in about the sprayer. Now, this sprayer is going crazy. Actually, lots of you putting this into your basket right now. I'll talk about the deal that we got with the sprayer in a second. He's asking, is it a pump action? Yes, it is.
Yes, this one is. And the guys, one thing I'm always, and we are always here with you, is completely straight. There should be one of the units in here for me to show you, but I diluted some of the mixture in it and used it to show you all of these results, and left it at the side of my house with some other bits. And
someone fancied it?
Yeah, someone fancied it, yeah. They were lifted on me. So I didn't have it to bring, and I'm like, well, I've got the box, so I'm going to bring the box. But yes, it is. So you pump it here with the handle just here. It's 5 litres. You will find it's quite a bit bigger. There's more space in here than the 5 litres. You fill it to about here. There is a marking on it. And then pump this here around 15, 20 times. Really heavy, heavy duty.
And that's the little trigger.
As you trigger on
activate that with your thumb, and then it sprays the solution out of that nozzle, and you can adjust the amount of spray and the direction of the spray as well, can't you?
And this little trigger locks, so you push it and then push it forward, and it locks. You don't have to keep your thumb on it, so you don't get thumb fatigue.
Now, another one another email from Trevor Penny. Hi, good morning, Trevor. Does this work on gravestones?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Brilliant.
In fact, you hear stories from people all the time about using this product on gravestones. Perfect for that, 100%.
Now, again, I knew we would, and I quite understand why. Lots of you are asking about pets.
Yeah.
Let's clarify. When you're using the products that we have here today, what's the pet situation?
Okay, so let's talk about keep it clear.
Yeah.
Once you spray this down, you put it mixture with the water. You give a good soaking of the area that you want to treat. As long as it's wet, keep the kids away from it. Now, look, if one of the dogs does get out and run across it, don't panic, okay? Please don't panic. And if they run back into the house, there are no bleaches in this, so they're not going to run it in and destroy your carpet. But rule of thumb, best practice is to keep the kids and the pets away while it's wet. As soon as it's dry, no problems whatsoever. Now, the patio cleaner, that's the heavier duty one, I would say, the spot remover. Yeah. Keep the kids and the pets away from that, and be mindful as well the footwear you're using when you spraying. If you get it on, you bring it into the house, it may cause some discoloration. It's a really strong formulation, and then once you leave that on, it'll tell you on the back. It will leave it for 3-4 hours, and then you pressure wash that away because it's done its job, and then free to let the kids and the pets out.
But of course, obviously, full instructions and guidance are on the bottles as well, on the actual containers. Now, the weed gone, let's have a quick reminder about that. Now, we're getting questions about that with pets as well. And also, was it glyphosate?
Glyphosate. Yeah, it's a tough word to say, it really is. Glyphosate free. So, again, Jack asked, and you did answer the question a little bit earlier on, but to clarify, Jack, just to say to you again, it's like anything, once it's wet and you've sprayed it, even though it's not, it's from EnviroWorks. It's a really not friendly, I shouldn't say that. It's a really great formulation that completely 100% biodegrades within 24 hours. But again, we will always say err on the side of caution. Once you've sprayed it everywhere on the weeds, just keep the pets and the kids away from it, just in case the pets try and chew on it or something like that. It may have an adverse effect. So keep them away. Dandelions, grass, nettles, bindweed, ivy and more, you can see them. Any weeds.
You know, a scene like that can really make your garden driveway or your patio or your pathway leading up to your front door really unsightly. Get this. We haven't got as much stock of this as we would like, and the stock is going incredibly quickly. I think is it half gone now? Over half the stock is now gone. So if you want to get this might sell out before we go off air at 3 o'clock or shortly afterwards. Please check your baskets out. If it's in your basket, it's not yours until you check out, okay? So it may feel like, oh, I've got that in there, that's fine, I'll check out tomorrow. No. Check out today. We'll get it to your door as quickly as we can. $21.99 424172. Now remember, if you want the pressure sprayer on its own, it's $19.99. But what are you going to put in the pressure sprayer? What about the Keep It Clear? If you want the Keep It Clear and the sprayer together, this has been one of our most popular items in actual fact. You can have it and enjoy it for $29.99. Okay. Now that means $19.99 for the sprayer. You're getting the Keep It Clear for a tenner.
Yeah, this is an absolutely true story. Not one word of exaggeration. Last year, I went over to see Mum and Dad. Okay, and I brought Mum and Dad some products that I was working with at the time. I didn't bring them a pressure sprayer, and I went out to buy one. And in Wexford, in Ireland, where I came from, the cheapest 5-litre sprayer I could find, get this, was €99.
What?
For, yes, 99 for exactly that same type of thing as this. 99 euros. Now, I know it's a bit more expensive over there, like for a lot of things, but honestly, and I'm not kidding you, and I could not say it to you if that wasn't absolutely true, €99.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it.
Well, the deal we've got today to get the 5 litres, and this is the one that you dilute down as well. So basically 1 litre of this to 4 litres of water is the mixture that is perfectly fine for the majority of jobs. If you've got a much tougher job, maybe change the ratio a little bit.
Change the ratio between 15 and 30%. But every single one of these examples, I'd like to go all the way down this counter now if I can. Yep. And in fact, the chair we saw just a moment ago. So basically, all of this is done with a 20%. So 4 parts water, 1 part of the JCB. So let's look at this first. This pot here, okay? Now, this honestly, it was so today technically Wednesday. So on Monday. Which was technically kind of in my mind yesterday. I'm complicating it in my end. I got this and I sprayed some, and you can see where I sprayed it. So you can still see how much cleaner it is there, and you can still see that green algae that's on that just there. So that's made that much difference. Bringing up, if I bring it around this side, bringing up those colours a lot more. Those were a lot dirtier and duller. But now you can see, as I turn it around the other way, how much rubbish there is there on that. So it made a real difference.
Because it's vertical, that it would just run off. Same with fence panels.
Yeah, absolutely. Rule of thumb, always start at the top, just spray it from the top, let it run down and just go down. But what it does is, it's such a great formulation, it gets right into the pores as it's running down, and that's all it needs to do once it gets in there.
Fantastic.
It does the job. Now again, whether it be an edging block or something like that, as you can see just here, again, just look at the difference. And this again happened, look, you can see that difference, how much brighter it is here. Now, in fact, this is the typical example just here with all of this. This is where you would use the patio and black spot remover to get that deep, deep. This has probably been around for donkey's years, but you can see the green is gone, but you can still see some of that black mold. Now, if you have black mold like this, get that JCB patio cleaner and black spot remover. And the thing about it is, and like I said, go for both items, because you will use 90% of people and 90% of the gardens will have the algae and stuff. Yeah. But where the algae tends to grow is, it will grow on your, you know, on your UPVC. It will grow on your garage doors. It will grow on fence panels. It will grow on all of those areas. The black spot stuff won't grow. The black spots and the black mold won't tend to grow there. So you use this on all of those areas. So but when it comes to the paving slabs or the upright posts or something like that that are concrete, that's where you would use for the black mold that patio cleaner. You wouldn't particularly use that on wood and stuff like that. I'd avoid that a little bit.
Okay, well, the lovely thing about us at Shop on TV is that we have given you the options. We don't know to what extent your problems are, what you want to use it on, how bad the black spots are. Maybe you haven't got black spots. So we can offer you all sorts of permutations. If you want to go for the black spot on its own, that's available on its own. If you want to go for the duo of the Keep It Clear and the sealant, then you can go for that as well. They're all on the website. If you check out the website, shopontv.co.uk. If you go there, you can see all the options. Okay, let's show you just how effective it is.
So we've shown you here plant pots. It could be a chiminea.
Yep.
It could be something like, you know, if you have garden ornaments, things like that. It could be the swing seat. It could be a bench. It could be anything like that. We've shown you this here. Any block paving. Again, you can see I was a little bit overzealous spraying this one, but you can still see down the bottom of this, the green, what it was like, and of course what it's like now. There is an absolute difference just there. You can see the line around here. But again, that difference, done that within 24 hours. Now moving down here, here's a paving slab that you really see the difference. Now this is a real nasty problem. You can see the very, very dark green just here, and all of that algae is gone on the other side.
And you can see that that's quite a rough texture as well. It's not perfectly smooth, is it?
Absolutely not smooth at all. Now again, this is an example perhaps, actually it's still wet, that's why it looks quite dark up around here, because remember I told you I did this on Monday and Tuesday, it peed down rain most of the day, so this is still quite damp. And just to prove that, you can see that it's damp on the back, so that's why that's looking a bit darker up there, but you can certainly see the difference on that. Now this is a great example here because we can see here the moss that's grown here.
That was what my drive was like a couple of years ago.
And it's so typical, isn't it?
And this is really dangerous and slippery too.
Very slippery, very, very slippery. And this is one of the typical examples really. So you can see that healthy moss just here. You can see them where I sprayed it, it is dead. Now, if I was to brush that away, you can see all of the little, see them falling off the reef as I do that, the little spores. They're flying off in the wind or when you walk, and it spreads it elsewhere. And that's how these things flourish. Of course, all plants and stuff like that have to seed elsewhere. That's how it does it just there. Dead, this is not doing anything.
And you just brush that away?
Just brush that away, get a hard brush and brush that away. It will become dry and brittle. Again, you can see this is still damp. If this was dry, in the sun dry, that would be dry and brittle, okay? And you would just brush it away really, really simply.
And you got that reaction within 24 hours?
Oh, yeah, 24 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, less than... So what you do is, the reason I like to do it in the evening for me, you can do it in the morning, of course you can. I like to do it in the evening, and then when you wake up the next morning, you look out and you go, wow, crikey. And it really does make a difference. Now, what I would suggest you do, okay, because if you do all of these, take a picture with your phone. We've all got cameras now. Take a picture from, you know, wherever in the garden setup or something. Just
do your own before and afters.
And do your own before. Send them in to us. That'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? Then we can feature them. If you do send them in, let us know. Just say, yeah, give us permission to feature them. We'd love to.
You know, this is the first time we've actually had this product on Shop on TV. We were pushing to get it on because it's the perfect time of year to use it and get the maximum benefit from it. So, yeah, please do take part in our shows. Take pictures of before and after. When you're delighted, and I know you will be with the results there, just pop them in an email, send them to us, and we can show them to everybody else across the UK in the shows to come, which I'm sure there'll be many, many more shows. Now, this again is a really good result, a really strong visual before and after. I mean, the results don't lie.
No, it doesn't. And the reason this one is so much more of the algae on it is because this is such a porous material. It really is porous.
It's a breeze block,
It's a breeze block, yeah. So basically this, oh, look at that. I mean, that's really, really rough, isn't it, the colour of that? But it's able to get hold there in all of the pores and grow. But the thing about this is not just what you can see, but this has actually got its root system. It's growing, not root system per se, but it's growing inside there as well, all of the pores in this. So if you pressure wash this away, I promise you, you're making more work for yourself and making things worse. It will come back worse and worse and worse. But if you spray it, like I did just here, with, of course, the Keep It Clear, it's killed it, it's gone. It's got rid of it in the pores as well. It has obliterated it, so now, it's gone.
Maybe you've got a wooden trellis in the garden. Maybe you've got wooden panels. Maybe you've got a garden shed like mine that definitely had like green at the bottom. The bottom third of the garden shed was green algae. Don't put paint over the top of that, whatever you do, because it's only going to grow through the paint. Get rid of it first before you treat it with the fence treatment or the shed treatment. I mean, here you can see this is covered in green, but you can see where it's been treated with the fantastic Keep It Clear product.
Yeah.
Really good. And even though it's wood, it works perfectly.
Absolutely perfectly, and that's why there's no bleaches or anything in this, and that's why it's perfectly safe to use. You can see the extent of the problem here, and then you can see down here how much better it is. Now, even though I haven't treated anything, done anything with this afterwards, just because I want you to see the rawness of it and the difference in exactly what happened, but it's clear to see, and especially here you can see how vivid the green is, but it is gone. And I promise you this, I am not allowed to do anything or say anything. We are so heavily governed, as we always say, with the ASA, and of course we're here on ITV. ITV govern us as well, so it's like mummy and daddy looking after, looking over us to make sure we're everything I show you has to be accurate and true. This was every one of these was done Monday with a dilution of 4:1. So 20% of the Keep It Clear and 80% water.
Okay, now the details on the screen for you are for the Keep It Clear 5 litre and the sprayer as well. So you'll get both the sprayer and the 5 litres of the Keep It Clear, which you dilute at a ratio of 4:1, okay? $29.99, and the sprayer alone is $19.99. So you're getting the Keep It Clear for £10. That's not surprisingly one of our most popular offers of the night so far, or the morning so far. But look at that. That is, I think, a patio.
It's actually a step just outside of French doors. Yeah, that's what that is. It's a step outside of the French doors. Now, the thing is, you can see, if you look at the back half of the before picture, you can see that it's actually not so green. And the reason for that is because there's a bit of where it
like a porch.
Yeah, a porch. The rain doesn't fall directly in there, so the standing water doesn't stay there, and it's the standing water where, of course, it loves to grow, and that's why you can see the state of it at the front. I would be suggesting with this one, and this is why I'm saying to you, I think it's a good idea to get the Keep It Clear with the paving sealant, and then get the patio cleaner as well. So when all that green is gone, you might go, oh look, there's a few black spots there, and just treat those individually.
You are giving your house, your garden, your driveway a facelift, an absolute facelift. You know, the nice weather is on the way, hopefully. I know today hasn't been too fantastic, but the nice weather's on the way. And if you maybe treating yourself to new garden furniture this year, or a new barbecue this year, you're hoping to entertain. We didn't get much chance last year with the summer that we had last year, but this year, fingers crossed, we can get out and enjoy our gardens, enjoy our balconies, that sort of thing. Then get it looking as good as possible for the best price possible. Now, before we go to the next bundle, 60% of our weed gone has gone. So if you've got weed problems, weed issues, let's face it, we all probably have. Look at the before, look at the after, and what's the name of that ingredient that's not in there?
Glyphosate.
Glyphosate.
Yeah, glyphosate really, I'll give you a brief description if you don't already know. So glyphosate is a chemical that they came up with in the 70s. They needed something for industrial farming, industrial weed killing, and it's an industrial strength chemical. They thought it was great, much like asbestos was just wonder product, but now we know the problems with it. Much like lead in paint, we now know the problem with it. So now we're starting to learn. A lot of countries have banned glyphosate, and it's going to go that way, that everyone is going to ban it, because they're spraying so much of it on a commercial basis. It's getting into the soil, it's getting into the water, it's getting into all sorts of places. And genuinely, do your own research, please, but it's creating massive problems, even in us, because it's getting around. So this one here from EnviroWorks
is glyphosate free. Right.
But what they've done is they're using other ingredients in here to tackle the job. But what they've done is they have created this formulation, right? Now get this, the minute you spray this on, and I mean the second you spray it, it instantly works. Not 10 minutes later, instantly. And what it does is it attacks all of the soft tissue of the weed. So it attacks the leaves, it attacks inside the stem of it, and it literally breaks it down.
And you then just brush away again?
And then again, once it's dead, you can lift it away, you can try to get rid of it, but it's dead and it's gone and it's not coming back.
Okay, now this is also going to come with the long hose trigger as well. I'll tell you the other way that you can get the long hose trigger fairly soon too, but this will come with it, and it's enough in there to cover 50 square metres. So basically 1 litre covers 10 square metres, OK? Now, we're not quite sure how long it will be before we can get stock back in. Well over 60% of the stock has gone, if not more by now. 424172, and it's yours for £21.99. And again, the call centre is a UK-based call centre. If you'd like to call them, that's absolutely fine. Or you can order it on our website, ShopOnTV.co.uk. Right, now, I'll be honest with you, the one out of everything in the show that I would go for would be this. I've used Keep It Clear before and it works, it's brilliant. Raved about it then, rave about it now. It's the first time it's been on Shop on TV though. But what I didn't know existed was the paving sealant and proofer, which obviously helps to create this wonderful protective barrier over the top of your now clean surface, whether it's your driveway, brickwork, whatever it might be, patio, crazy paving, anything like that. So this together is a brilliant deal. Plus, because you're buying the duo, we'll include an extra long hose trigger which fits into the neck of the bottle as well. You'll get that as a bonus included, OK? Now, together they're available separately. I think they're £21.99 each. And you might want to get some of them separately, you can do. But if you buy the two together, which work in harmony, that's the one that you dilute, that's the one that you actually use neat. That is £35.99 and you get the bonus trigger at no extra cost included too. So you save a bit of money and you get that included, which makes life so much easier. 440995. Now, another really popular bundle is you get the same paving sealant and proofer, but you get your patio cleaner black spot remover ready to use. You don't dilute that. That's a neat, OK? Now, if you want the black spot remover on its own, that's all you're interested in. That's on the bottom of the screen coming up. There we are, look. £21.99, you might want to add that into the other bundle. You can buy the three together if you want to. So you can mix and match, really, what you're after.
Yeah, you can. And, you know, I said earlier on that I think the best bundle is to keep it clear of the sealant and then get the black spot remover. But, look, if you're sitting there, and a lot of people are on different budgets, OK? Yeah. If you want to spruce up your garden, but you just want to buy one of these products right now, but you want to make a big difference in your garden, get yourself one of those. Spend your £21.99 getting this here to keep it clear. Get out and spray everywhere around the garden. The wood, the metal, the plastics, the glass. You're going to use this on paving slabs. You're going to use this on concrete. You're going to use it on wood. All surfaces, plastic, everywhere.
That's all I used, and it made a massive difference. Yeah. It worked. But I didn't know at the time that a paving sealant and proofer was available. I would have gone for that too had I known. But that works a treat. They all do. They all work a treat. So on your cladding, on your roofing, I've got lots of moss and algae on my roof, actually, so I'm thinking about getting some for that. Stonework and masonry, fencing and decking, absolutely brilliant. I mean, if you've paid maybe, I don't know how much decking is. It's expensive. Maybe maybe a few £1,000s to have a lovely deck maybe that got put down last year, and it's now all kind of green and it's a bit slippery and a bit dangerous. Bring it back to life again.
Now, here's one for you, OK? So, somebody at home thinks, don't need that. I've got a brand new decking. I've got brand new patio slabs. Beautiful. I bought a brand new fence up. It's gorgeous. Don't need that. Yes, you do. I promise you do. Because you spray this now and you will never get prevention the algae on it. It's absolute prevention. Oh, absolute. Right. And what I would do is, even if you got a new fence in, spray it with the Keep It Clear, and then put on the stain or the colour that you want to put onto it, and then every 6 months. So what I say to people is, with something like the Keep It Clear from JCB, is to use it around now, because again, it really is now. We're all thinking about, are you much of a gardener? Do you have a garden and do gardening at home?
A little bit, a dabble. Bit.
Yeah, you dabble it. So in the next couple of weeks, maybe it might even be, you might not think, well, actually, I'm not going to really get out there till kind of, another 2 or 3 weeks in earnest. Well, that's fine, because you can use the Keep It Clear and the sealant, and you can use the patio cleaner right now and allow it to work and allow it to bring your areas away from this to this just here. So you're going away from this. So when you go out then in a couple of weeks to do your gardening, you've got your, so whatever it is, and whenever you're doing your garden, all of this stuff is gone. And you're going to go, well, it looks better already. And then it makes it even nicer, I think, to work in there.
Well, I'll tell you what, give us a call for it. It's an absolutely brilliant range of products, brand new to us today from JCB as well. We've still got about 20 minutes left with you this morning. If you've got any questions that we're not answering, just feel free to send those questions in. It's studio@shopontv.co.uk. Now, a lot of you are going for the sprayer on its own as well. You can buy it with the Keep It Clear if you want to, or you can buy it on its own for $19.99. And it's not just for these products you can use the sprayer. You can use the sprayer for things like fence treatments and shed treatments as well.
Sorry.
There it is.
So it was there. Maybe I didn't hear Paul, our director, but he was going to get it and walk all the way around the back to give it to you. And I said, just give it to me.
To pass it to you, 2 feet
to pass
away.
it to me.
There we go.
There you go. So the reason, folks, and I'm always completely honest with you, okay, that the reason I'm not showing you the actual sprayer is that the sprayer that was in there, I decanted in some of the Keep It Clear on Monday to pre-treat all of these so you could see the difference. Left it with some of the Keep It Clear in it at the side of my house, and someone had it away, and a few other bits as well. So I'm not able to bring the actual thing in, but that's the box. That's what it looks like. It's a pressure sprayer, 5 litres. It's got this built-in part at the top which acts as a funnel. You twist out the handle and pour it in so you don't have to worry about that glugging.
Sure.
By the way, talking about glugging, can I give you a really top tip?
Go on.
Right. So when you're pouring these, okay, if you get one of the windscreen things as well, we get it, we do this.
Yeah,
right? And
that's
it goes
what it-
glug,
yeah,
glug,
yeah, yeah.
glug. Turn it on its side like that and pour it, and you get
No glug.
no glug. It's so much better.
See, it was
honestly.
worth tuning in for that, just
Just
alone,
for that
wasn't it?
alone.
Yeah.
Next to it, and just then you go, God, a mad Irish fella was right, wasn't he? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow, that's so much better. And you can keep control. So do that. But you've got that there. You've got that lovely funnel built in.
Now, we were asked earlier on whether it was a pump action. The answer is yes, it is. Pump it maybe maximum of 25 times, and that's your trigger, which will release that spray of your mixture of Keep It Clear or whatever you choose to put in there, because you can put anything that is liquid in there. It will work. Obviously not thicker paints, but certainly like fence treatments will be fine in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But $19.99 on its own. If you go for the option that's on the screen now with the 5 litres of the Keep It Clear, that's perfect to use with this. Obviously, it's a 5-litre container, so 1 litre of Keep It Clear in there, 4 litres of water. You're good to go. Off you go. So that's $29.99 for both this and the Keep It Clear. So you're only paying £10 really for the Keep It Clear. 696088 is your item number. Now, the weed gone option that we've got for you in the show today, nearly 3/4 of the stock has gone. If you just can't bear the thought of that back-breaking job of weeding in your garden, I'm not as supple as I used to be. I don't fancy getting down on my hands and knees and doing it.
Listen, I'm 52 on Friday or Saturday, one of the two. I don't know. This weekend, 52.
Spring chicken.
And we were saying, yeah, I wish. And we were saying earlier on, weren't we? I said, I just can't be bothered with hard work anymore. I really can't. And that's why they Keep It Clear, the black spot remover, the sealant, and the weed killer makes life so much easier.
Brilliant. 424172 if you want it. The stock is going very, very fast. And if it does sell out, which I think it probably will do very, very soon, it may take a little while for us to get it back. There's no guarantee we can get it back straight away. Now, does it work to clean a caravan? Niall. Morning, Niall. You're talking about Keep It Clear, I presume? Yeah, Keep It Clear. Well, it won't clean the caravan, but it will get rid of the moss and algae.
Get rid of the algae on it, absolutely. And caravans and stuff like that really do. And you know, because you're asking the question, Niall. Yes, it will is the answer. Especially up on the roof, when you let that caravan there. Up on the roof, down the sides, where the water runs, where the water sits. Yes, 100%. It doesn't have any horrible bleaches or anything like that on it. So it's absolutely safe to use. So please, yes, absolutely do it. You can use it on canvas awnings and sunshades as well. Get rid of all of that green.
Now, the Keep It Clear is perfect for your moss, algae, that sort of thing, lichen, fine. But what about if you've got a really, really stubborn problem? Talking of like the black spots, that's really difficult to shift.
My wife calls me a stubborn problem.
I think I say black spot. No. Now, the patio cleaner black spot is this one here. You don't dilute this. You use this neat. This too is also going to come with the paving sealant or the paving sealant improver. Again, you can buy it individually if you want to, but this is a duo. And remember, if you buy the duos from us, we're going to include the trigger spray with a nice long hose on it too that just sits in the top of the bottle itself. So this is for real stubborn heavy-duty problems, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. So when you have the really nasty black spots, and we do get them, and we get sometimes if you move into a place or you haven't looked after your stones and stuff like that, your driveways, and it's really, really bad. It's not just algae, it's a lot more than that. This patio cleaner and black spot remover is extraordinary. Now, I must tell you, the formulation on the Keep It Clear is great. You use it once it dries, you can let the kids out, it's fine. No bleaches or anything like that on it. This is a different kettle of fish. This is for a very specific job.
Yep.
And the job that it does is a tough job. And gardeners or people who look after their gardens know that to get rid of that black spot stuff is a nightmare. Please don't get your pressure washer and go really close to it to try and remove it. You're firing all of that nastiness everywhere else in your garden, and you're going to end up with more problems. So what will happen is that little drop of water that goes over with a little spore, a little bit of that black mold and lands there, it's going to grow there. So don't do that. I promise you, get this and use it. There's a real example of this. You can see that pathway, and of course the curb is black. That's not mold, it's not algae, it's not lichen, it is black mold. It is a nightmare to get rid of. Now, even the Keep It Clear won't get rid of that, folks. Let me be very clear with you. But the patio cleaner will, as you can see.
And what about from a pet point of view with that?
Okay, so with this, you apply this, read the back, please read the instructions. You wear some gloves and stuff, because you got asked that earlier on, and some eye protection. It's the same with all of the chemicals that you're using. Please do exercise caution. But you will use it, you will leave it for a few hours, let's say on the back of it, 3 to 4 hours, and once it's done its job, then you pressure wash that away, and then you can let the pets back out again on that.
Brilliant. Okay, so that duo is $35.99 with the trigger included, and that's $259,337. Now, of course, we're here live every night, just after midnight, very often on ITV and STV, but we also now have our very own Freeview Channel too.
Shop on TV also broadcasts every day from midnight to 6 p.m. on Freeview Channel 89, with an even wider range of must-have products at market-beating prices. So, check your electronic program guide for the latest show schedule and tune in daily to grab the offers while they're still available. There's more to see with Shop on TV. There are 3 convenient ways to place your order with Shop on TV. Just scan the QR code with your smartphone's camera app to view the current on-screen item. Or go directly to our website, shopontv.co.uk, where you'll find all the products in today's show. Simply add the items you want to buy to your online shopping basket and check out. Prefer ordering by phone? Give our UK-based customer service centre a call on 03333 241 241. Friendly representatives are available to assist you 24 hours a day. Straightforward shopping with Shop on TV. At Shop on TV, our goal is to provide you with the best shopping experience possible. Our team of shopping experts is dedicated to sourcing the latest, greatest and most desirable products at the lowest prices available, delivering them to you quickly and conveniently, and ensuring your complete satisfaction. We're passionate about maintaining the highest standards of quality and service every step of the way, from design to dispatch. You'll find us on ITV1 and STV from midnight to 3 a.m, Freeview Channel 89 from midnight to 6 p.m, and on YouTube at ShopOnTV Live. Our daily broadcasts are your TV window into the global marketplace, presenting you with a collection of carefully curated must-have items, demonstrated by our on-air team with honesty, integrity and trust. Plus, there's even more in our online store at shopontv.co.uk. So when it's time to shop, shop on TV.
So we're here for another 10 minutes or so through until 3 a.m. And if you want more of your Shop on TV fix, then flick over to Freeview 89 and watch more through the night, right the way through until 6 o'clock every single day. Alan is with me. I'm Dave Bradford, by the way, if we've never met before. And we're having a cracking show, actually, bringing all those problem solvers to your garden, to your driveway, to your patio. If you've got moss, anything like that, itching, lichen, anything like that at all, this is going to really solve the problem with the products we've got today from JCB. And it's the first time they have ever had these products on Shop on TV. We've been pushing to get it on because it's that time of the year when everyone's trying to give their house a makeover, spring clean, and their garden and their patios as well. Now, this sprayer is absolutely fine. Oh, before we get to that, I've got to remind you about the Weed Gone. The Weed Gone, if you want to say bye-bye weeds, it is now limited stock. 10% only remains. There's literally about 5 left. When everyone checks their baskets out, we've got about 5 left.
Wow,
So
it's way in limited stock, isn't
I
it?
know.
Wowzers.
good luck. Before and after, $21.99, covers up to 50 square metres, and you will get the trigger hose with it as well. 424172 is your item number. If you were thinking this weekend you're going to be actually out there on your hands and knees, tearing them up, putting the gloves on, no, just use the weed gun, let it do the job for you, then brush away those weeds effortlessly.
Absolutely. And again, when well, let me show you this, okay? Because these are all things I did on Monday, okay? So if we look at this just here, we can see, now I want to show you, this is damp. This whole paving slab is damp because I did this on Monday, left it out to do its job, and yesterday, which is Tuesday, it peed down all day. It absolutely poured down in Reigate where I live. So this is still all damp. If it wasn't, and this was out in the sun in the afternoon and it dried, this would be flaky. This would be literally powdery, and you would brush it away. But we can see clearly how healthy this green moss is here and how dead it is just there. Now, this particular paving slab has got some issues on it. It's got some black mold here as well. So potentially, once you brushed all this away, you might think to yourself, well, actually, I need some of that that patio cleaner and get the black mold spot remover.
Now, what you said about 10 minutes ago, I didn't realise that you can actually use this as a prevention for it coming in the first place. So it may well be that you're buying some new patio slabs, or you're buying new fence panels, or something like that, and you're thinking, well, the last thing I want it to do is get kind of green on it over the winter time. Put it on as a prevention, not just as a cure.
Do you want to hear something really clever? And I wish I could claim this as mine, but it wasn't. A friend of mine was buying some new ornamental stones.
Oh, yeah.
Little white round ones, kind of, well, oblong shapes, kind of marble, pebble shape, I should say, to do this beautiful area down the side of his drive. And he knew that I'm always talking about stuff like this. And what he did was, he got a big container and he mixed up some of this stuff, right, with the water, dumped all the brand new stones into it, left them overnight, and of course what it did is it penetrated it, and then he scooped them all out, and then he put them in, and what he done is prevented anything happening.
Genius.
Because sometimes if you put them in place and you spray them, you're only spraying the top half, not getting underneath. And then of course what he did was he sprayed what was left, and he didn't waste it, he used the rest of it around the house.
Genius.
So genius, yeah, very good.
Really, really good. So, okay. In the last few minutes, let's run through quickly the options we've got for you. What we've got on the screen at the moment is the black spot remover. Now, that is the ultimate. This is, you don't actually dilute this at all. You use it neat, okay? And this is for the stubbornest of spots, or as you can see, look how dark those paving slabs and the actual concrete is there. That is a big job. That wouldn't, keep it clear, wouldn't do that. You need to have the patio cleaner, the black spot remover, for a job that serious.
Yes.
And that combination is coming with the paving sealant and proofer. So you get 2 5-litre bottles, and you also get the 2-foot-long hose trigger as well for $35.99.
So basically treat it and then prevent it from happening again with that sealer. So that's a brilliant bundle.
OK, so that's that one. The other one, which is the one that I've used before, the Keep It Clear, that's available with, again, the sealant too, so that is going to do the job for you. And then you've got that protective coat that you can put over the top, which kind of keeps it looking better for longer. You can buy them on their own. They are available as single options on our website if you want to go and have a look at ShopOnTV.co.uk. But together, they represent the best value for money. It is on PayPal Pay in 3. If you've got a PayPal account, you want to use that and spread the cost interest-free. It will come with that 2-foot-long hose trigger as well. But this is what I swear by. The Keep It Clear is absolutely brilliant. So if you've got moss and green issues and algae and lichen, anything like that, this is going to solve that problem for you without the need of a brush or anything like that. 440995 your item number. That will give you both the 5-litre containers, and remember the Keep It Clear is the one that you dilute basically 4 to 1. So it's 1 litre of that to 4 litres of water, put it into your sprayer and away you go. If you haven't got a sprayer, you can use a watering can or whatever, but of course the sprayer's in the show. That makes it so much easier.
Yeah, and it's easier on vertical surfaces to use the sprayer, so please do get one. You will save in the long run with one of those.
OK. Now, we've gone, check your baskets out. There's literally a couple left now, that's it. If you come on in the morning and go to the website, you'll probably find it completely sold out. So grab it today. We've gone, about to sell out. There's the before, there's the after, there's the price. $21.99, and you're going to get 5 litres, and that's going to cover 50 square metres. 424172. Now, one of our best sellers in the hour, or in the evening or the morning, has been this, because this is the perfect marriage. It really is. You've got the sprayer, 5 litres. You've got the Keep It Clear, 5 litres. But remember, that is what you dilute. But you can put 1 litre of that into there and then just fill it up with tap water. You're off and you're running.
Yeah, and a little tip for you is put the 4 litres of water in first and then the litre of that.
Oh, okay.
And the reason is, as I said earlier, we're all impatient. You'll turn the tap on full blast and it'll just create a foam.
Right.
Not that it's an issue, it won't destroy the the workings of it or anything, but it's just easier. 4 litres of water, pour 1 litre of that in. And remember, pour it from the side like that, and you get, glugging.
No glug.
No
You like
glug.
that.
Glug, glug, glug.
And also, you don't have to carry that around. You can put it down on the floor.
Shoulder strap.
Yeah. Oh,
With it as
it
well.
comes with a shoulder
Comes with a shoulder strap as well,
Cool.
yeah,
So you can either
absolutely.
put it on your shoulder or put it on the floor. And of course, the wand weighs next to nothing. So it's incredibly easy and user-friendly. The two together, I can't quite get my head around this price because that should be $21.99 and is on our own, on its own on the website. And the sprayer is $19.99. But if you buy the two together today, look at the deal we can give you. £29 and 99 pence is all this is. So you're saving best part of £12 off the price by buying it as a duo today, 696-088. And it's the easiest way to apply. And like you mentioned, really good idea. If you are doing vertical panels, maybe on fences or the sides of sheds or anything like that, use this because it just is so easy. It's so easy.
Start at the top and work down.
Right, good idea. Okay, now where you can use it, okay, virtually anywhere. Anywhere where you've got discoloration, where you've got moss build-up or anything like that. On the drive, obviously, on your steps, on your brickwork. It's usually the bottom of things, isn't it, that gets green first?
It is, yeah. And then a couple of sometimes, anywhere where water can stand, on windowsills, things like that, on your, the parts of the window that have edges on them at all, the guttering, the roofing, where water can stand, where water can sit and where it can be. You've also then think about things like your canvas awnings and sunshades. As I said to you earlier on, I've got this really old, I just love it. It's worth nothing, and a really old little convertible car. And the little rubber seals around it, when I don't use it in the winter, I get green growth there. So I just spray that down with this. Gone.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Greenhouses, I got asked about that. Yeah, if you've got moss and algae growing on that. Yeah.
Absolutely, and on the floor of it, Mark Thatcher, a great friend of mine, he uses this as well in his greenhouse as well, and his property on the decking and stuff like that. And he uses it because I recommended it to him, and I brought him up some, and he tried it and loves it.
And think about your garden furniture. I honestly didn't think about garden furniture, but seeing that over there, there's a kind of a mesh garden seat, and you'd think that it would just go straight through because you can see through it, but no, it literally gets rid of that green build-up from the back and from the base of the chair there. Really, really effective in so many places, not just brickwork, not just driveways. And if you've got a moss build-up, it can be potentially very dangerous. It can be slippery.
Very much so, and it is this canvas part here, so you can use this on rattan furniture as well. You can use it on the wood, you
Wooden
can use
furniture,
it on metal, you can use it on pretty much, because there's no horrible acids or bleaches in this. You can use this on any material. You can use it on plastics, so the kids' Wendy houses, if they've been sat out, over the winter time, and now you're going out and they're covered in green, your plant pots, but keep your plants away and then put them back into it, of course. Your patio slabs, your wooden fences, your fence posts, whether they're wood or whether they're, concrete, any polymers and stuff, you can just use that pretty much any hard surface.
So basically, maybe you've got a rockery or something like that. Again, remove a shrubbery. Whatever you've got that's got moss and algae growing on it, this is the product for you. And remember, you can check our website whenever you fancy. Just go to shopontv.co.uk. Over 700,000 products. I know. Nearly.
Did you count them?
Well, that's nearly 750,000, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Over 300,000 books. You've got fragrances on there as well. You can choose designer fragrances, and it's all categorised in letters of the alphabet, so you can easily find what you're looking for. It's all there for you to have a little browse. And of course, you can order on the website. You can also, of course, order on our phone lines, and it's a UK-based call centre if you'd like to give them a call, and they'd love to hear from you. And maybe it's the first ever order that you've made with Shop on TV. We'll get it to your door as quickly as possible. And, they're 5-litre containers, so they weigh quite a bit. We'll deliver it to your door. And remember, we're back tomorrow, just after midnight. We've got mulberry silk with Ray tomorrow, which is one of my hero products.
Oh, I've got one of the mulberry silk duvets.
I think we all have.
Honestly, I promise you this, that is something special.
Absolutely, so looking forward to that. And also, of course, if you want more Shop on TV, turn over now to Freeview 89 and you can carry on watching through the night. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Alan.
Cheers, thank you.
See you soon. Bye.